Good day everyone, I am Shiela Marie L. Cuya from Section AMGO3 under Bachelor of Elementary Education. And now I am going to discuss about the process of sexual differentiation and the disorders that can occur in this process. But first, let us define what is sexual differentiation. It is the process of development of the sex differences between males and females from an undifferentiated zygote. It is also the process by which the internal and external genitalia are programmed to develop along the male or female lines through actions of hormones and hormone receptors genetic signaling pathways. Now let us take a look on the process of sexual differentiation. It all begins with our chromosomes. We all know that females has an XX chromosomes and males has an X and Y chromosomes. The Y chromosomes carries the SRY genes or the sex-determining region Y. We are going to talk about that later, but first we are going to take a look on what genderless embryo or undifferentiated zygote has. In the beginning or in the first 5 weeks of pregnancy, the embryo is genderless. Every embryo has the potential to form both male and female genitalia. All our sex organs come from same foundations. Undifferentiated or genderless zygote possesses both rudimentary or primary male structure called the Wolffian ducts and the female rudimentary or primary structure called the Mullerian ducts. This is the internal structure of the undifferentiated zygote. As I said, it possesses both Mullerian and Wolffian ducts. But when the sperm carries X and Y chromosome, the Mullerian ducts, which is the female primary structure, will degrade, and the Wolffian ducts will form into epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, and the ejaculatory ducts. On the other hand, if the sperm carries XX chromosomes, the Wolffian ducts, which is the primary male structure, will degrade, and the Mullerian ducts will become the uterine tubes or the fallopian tubes, the uterus, and the upper part of the vagina. Now let us take a look on the external structure of the undifferentiated zygote. As we can see, it has phallus, uteral opening, genital folds, and anus. But again, if the sperm carries X and Y chromosomes, the phallus will form into penis, and the genital folds will form into scrotum. But if the sperm carries XX chromosomes, the phallus will form into the clitoris, and the genital folds will form into labia. Now let us discuss about the SRY gene or the sex-determining region Y. The SRY gene in Y chromosomes triggers embryonic development as a male and activates the signaling productions of the males and makes the gonads into testes that secretes testosterone and produce anti-Mullerian hormone or the AMH, or termed as Mullerian inhibiting hormone or the MIH. On the other hand, genetically, female does not have the SRY gene, so that gonads will turn into ovaries. By the absence of the testosterone and the AMH or the MIH, the female organs will develop. Changes of any of these processes can cause disorders of sex development, or the DSDs, or termed as the intersex conditions. So now let us find out what causes these disorders to occur. First, it may be inherited from the parents or caused by unknown exposure to a certain medications or hormone during pregnancy, or maybe developmental problem that causes the bladder or lower abdomen to not form properly. The first disorder in the list is the clitoral hypertrophy or the clitoromegaly. It is an abnormal enlargement of the clitoris. It may be congenital or acquired from parents, and it is most often as a result to an exposure of an excess of androgens in fetal life, infancy, or maybe in adolescence. It is a mild sexual disorder that can be fixed through surgery. The second one is the hypospadias. It is a birth defect on male where the opening of the urethra is not located on the tip of the penis. It is also a mild disorder that can be also fixed through surgeries, and most males can also have normal urination and reproduction after the surgery. And the last is the ambiguous genitalia, or common known as the intersex disorder. It is a rare condition in which an infant's external genitals don't appear to be clearly either male or female. The person who have this kind of disorders may have genitals that is incompletely developed or formed, or have a characteristics of both sexes. There are many types of sexual differentiation disorders, and it will be discussed by the next reporter. And that's all for my discussion. I hope you learned something. Bye!